Hello, Yellow Jackets. I'm Brody, and welcome back to Yellow Jacket Life. In honor of it being 24 years since the 9/11 tragedy, we asked some of our teachers to share their experience of where they were on September 11th, 2001.
Hi, Mr. Jackson. Do you remember what happened on the day of 9/11?
I do.
Where were you at the time?
I was stationed in California at Vandenberg Air Force Base.
Did you see it on television, or were you informed by someone? Because I assume they tell the military right away.
Actually, I was asleep when the first plane went into the Twin Towers. My wife was watching it on the news. She woke up. She said, "You got to see this," and that was it. I saw the second one live.
Oh, wow. Okay. Were there any special protocols you had to do being in the military?
Yeah, when they have something like that they don't know, is it an accident or is it an attack, we get recalled into work. Everybody shows up. We do manning. We take accountability, and then we figure out what we're going to do from there.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Miss Bess. And Miss Bess, what do you remember about 9/11?
I remember I was driving home from work, and I was still a college student. Everybody was pulling over, and it was announced, and everybody in Cookeville was pulled over to the side of the road, and you could literally see people getting out of their cars and crying, and it was horrible.
And when do you remember seeing it?
I got the news at 7:38 exactly, and then as soon as I got home, the second tower had gone down, and from then on out, the rest of the school day was dedicated to students and teachers just watching all day long what was happening all over the United States at that point.
Well, thank you. Hi, I'm here with Miss Stout. And Miss Stout, what do you remember about 9/11?
I was in the fourth grade when 9/11 happened, and I remember right after the first plane hit, it just school just stopped, and everybody started kind of watching. We didn't actively have a TV on in our room, but I remember the commotion of when the second plane hit and the second tower hit. But then after I got home, it was just literally all anybody could talk about. And so I was too young to understand the impact it would have on the globe of the world. But I vividly remember, even at a young age, feeling hurt and attacked, and like justice has to be served in some way.
All right, well, thank you.
I'm here with Mr. Gillamont. Where were you on the 9/11 attacks?
9/11 hit. I was actually teaching in another system, but it was during my planning period. And I had a student literally run in my room and say, "Have you got the TV on?" I said, "Well, no, I'm grading papers and planning and things of that nature." And I turned the TV on to look, and the first tower had already gone down, had been hit by the first plane. Then the second one hit, and, kind of thought in my head that was not an accident. It doesn't happen, 2 times in a row accidentally. And then obviously the news took over more of the thought of, we're under attack and that sort of thing. But yeah, that's where I was. I was in school teaching during the time when it happened.
Hi, I'm here with Miss Johnson. And Miss Johnson, what do you remember about 9/11?
9/11. What I remember, the first thing that I remember, of course, I was here. I was teaching. Someone came by my room and said, "The Twin Towers are on fire." And I was like, "Go put it out. There's a fire. Firemen, go up there and put it out." And then, of course, only later did we realize the magnitude of what was going on. I do remember it was the first time as a teacher that I was speechless. Most of the time, we teachers, we can always find something to talk about. I didn't know what to say. I did not show video to my classes. We didn't have as much of an exodus of students as I think maybe the middle school had. But I remember later on, at home, feeling like life was never going to be the same again. I remember I was in my sister's basement, and I went outside at the lake and just thinking, man, I wish life could go back to the way it used to be. So we have returned to somewhat of life the way it used to be, but we've got to remember 9/11. If we don't share it, then there's potential that it could possibly happen again. We've got to be vigilant, and that was the big word, is to be vigilant. And so hopefully we fix some things, and maybe folks will try to dig and find out why it happened in the first place.
All right, well, thank you.
Sports are booming throughout RCHS during this time of year, so we have Alea and Ava tell us all things volleyball in this week's Sports Talk.
I'm here with the senior volleyball players, Ava Hamilton and Alea Holloman. And how's the season going?
We started off a little rocky in the preseason, but as we moved on to districts, we're 3-0 right now.
And what's your toughest competitor this season?
Definitely going to be Alcoa and South Dole. We go play Alcoa tonight, and we play South Dole at home next week and also travel to their place.
And what is your goals for this season?
Our goals for this season is just to not make our coach mad and her make us run at practices and during games, and just to make sure like we're better than last year and we're pushing each other and pushing on the court.
So with the injuries that are happening, what players have stepped up to help the team?
So with Macy Gwynn being out and then Gracie getting hurt and Carly, we had to pull up Charlotte Sandoval. She's been really good, been putting up a mean block lately, and Mackenzie has also stepped up. Mackenzie Sennett has also stepped up and helped us a lot whenever we needed her. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
As seniors, what are some of the responsibilities you got to take on?
Definitely trying to help the girls stay out of their heads on the court and keeping each other lifted and really just trying to push each other to be the best player that we can be.
Watching our attitudes also, even though we've been struggling with it, but hopefully we can make it better because like the players look up to us like to see how we're acting, and it really affects the team when we're down, and we've noticed that, so we just got to start stay out of our heads.
All right, thank you.
Can't wait to see the Jackets dominate the court. From commanding the soccer field to teaching in the classroom, Coach Pickle tells us about being a new teacher here at Roane County High School.
I'm Brooklyn, and I'm here with Coach Pickle. You said you've taught here before?
Yes, I taught here from 2012 to 2017.
What made you come back?
It's obviously my alma mater where I went to high school, and I really like teaching in a smaller school. So when the job came open, I reached out to the administration and went from there.
What makes you enjoy Roane County High School?
I like the students here. They're very respectful. I can honestly say I've not had so far a single, disciplinary issue or anything like that. The kids are really responsive to me in class, and it's a good place to be.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Nothing's more pleasing than satisfying a sweet tooth. We asked Carmi to choose which candy is the triumphant treat in Carmi's Candy Corner.
Hello, I'm DJ, and this is Carmi, and welcome to Carmi's Candy Corner, where we give Carmi 2 pieces of candy and ask her to tell us which one she likes better. So, candy please. All right, so now try both of these candies, and then I'll ask you which one you like better. All right, so out of those 2 candies, which one did you prefer?
I actually preferred the Kit Kat because it was more crunchy and it had more of a good crunch compared of the Reese's Cup. It was more peanut buttery and nutty, but it was too soft. So I preferred the Kit Kat better.
All right, well, that was Carmi's Candy Corner. See you next time.
Senior year can be a reality check for many students, but Peyton shares his excruciating fears of the final year of high school, and Peyton panics.
Okay, senior year, this is it. 4 years of hard work, countless essays, and exactly 0 successful attempts at talking to Madison and chemistry. And now I'm supposed to decide what I want to do for the rest of my life? I can't even decide what I want for lunch. Yesterday, I spent 20 minutes debating between a ham sandwich and chicken nuggets. And then I panicked and ate both while crying. And everyone keeps asking me, Peyton, what's your 5-year plan? Survival, not living in my mom's basement, preferably owning socks that match. I don't know. Don't even get me started on college applications. Write an essay about overcoming adversity. Yeah, you mean like the time my Wi-Fi went out during Fortnite and I rediscovered books? But sure, yeah, let me just casually summarize my hopes and dreams and entire personality in 500 words or less, while also remembering how to parallel park, survive prom, and definitely not throw up during graduation. Yeah, no pressure. Honestly, can I just be a professional napper? That's the only thing I'm really good at.
That's all we have for you this week, Jackets. Make sure to stay tuned for next week's Yellow Jacket Live and check our social media accounts to stay up to date on the latest news buzzing around campus. Until next week, go Jackets.